He's a defensive manager, but not very exciting.
Overrun sometimes.
Emerson is crossing.
I think he's been a little bit negative, but the results are showing themselves. And unbeaten in the league. Unfortunately, we had a reverse in the Champions League, so maybe we need slightly different tactics for Champions League games. Yes.
Kind of safe. He's a very safe manager, so his first thing is not to lose the game, and then we'll try and win the game in the second half. So yeah,
he doesn't make the subs early enough. So he needs to sub earlier when we're behind and not winning.
Personally, I'd like to see a bit more rotation in the subs and a little bit more, a little bit earlier than 70 minutes, especially if things aren't going too well.
I think the tactics work. They just need to be more, just faster. You look at the Sporting game; it needs to be faster passing because most of the time it's very, lackluster passing. But I think the tactics work. It's
a bit defensive, to be honest. I don't think Spurs need to play that way. They should play more attacking football. I mean, the pressing's fine. We do a lot of forward pressing, but in terms of attack and defence, we're too defensive. We need to push more.
He's a defensive manager, yeah. I think he needs to, at the moment, rotate the squad a lot, get new players in. He needs to rotate them so that other players are building confidence rather than just sticking to the starting 11. But I think the tactics in game, we need to try and counter them more and just keep the possession. We're losing the ball a lot in recent games, which is quite disappointing because we're not as lethal as we should be like last season.
As hard as they would, because the World Cup's coming up, and I think they're just worried about getting injured and missing the World Cup. I think we're quite slow, but so is everybody else as well.
I say effective, but not very exciting currently. We're not clicking yet, but we aren't losing yet.
Well, I think they're good because we haven't lost a game yet, apart from the one on Wednesday night. It's not always the most exciting football, but he's a world-class coach, so I trust in him.
They sometimes struggle with playing two in the midfield, get overrun sometimes. Could do with extra third midfielder in there, sacrifice forward in certain games. But emphasis on the full backs, getting up and down. So yeah.
I like to see that we've got a plan now going forward. And Nuno, and to be fair, Mourinho before that, I couldn't see a plan. But now I can see what we're trying to achieve on the pitch, so that makes me happy.
I don't think he's done anything wrong, to be honest. We haven't played the best football so far this season. So the Fulham game, I thought we played really well. It was on the front foot early. Apart from that, it's been quite cagey. It's getting into the season, trying to find his best 11. But yeah, no issues with Conte. I absolutely love the man. I love him. So
the system seems to be working really well. I think with the fullbacks, they create more space for the attacking players to play. And I think with Conte, because he's Italian, he's a methodical thinker. And I think we've shored up defensively this year. We've been able to kind of concentrate more on that aspect, and it's done as well so far this season.
I think the team is still learning his tactics. He's a classy manager, and he's a winner. So I think if we can keep him as our manager for the next couple of seasons, we'll finally get some silverware. So I'm excited about that.
Defensively very good, attacking wise his crossing leaves a lot to be desired. He needs to improve his crossing and his final ball, but personally I like him as a player, and again if Conte sees something in him, then I trust in Conte.
Not a big fan, that's why I think put Perisic in his place, say Sessegnon on the left, and I think that might be better option.
I mean, he gets forward a lot. I mean, he could do more defending, but if you can't find the right back elsewhere, you've got to stick with what you got, and that's what we've got, Emerson. Yeah. Doherty's no good, man.
Yeah. How about Spence?
Pardon?
Spence.
Just Spence too young. He's not used to the Premier League. He ain't played there long enough. Needs more time.
Emerson
loves Emerson.
Mate, honestly, Emerson. Honestly, the thing is, I love the guy. He's such a likeable character.
He's good in the dressing room.
But he's not good, is he? He doesn't look comfortable on the ball. When he gets the ball, he just looks awful. Without sounding, he can't cross the ball. He can't pass the ball. I don't really know what he does apart from being a bit of a laugh.
I think Conte favours him because he's a slightly more defensive option, and he has proved this season that, especially with that combination with Kulusevski, it allows kind of the player in front of him to go and do what they can do. He trusts Emerson more, I think. Same with Perisic, he obviously trusts him more, though Sessegnon's played quite well. Hopefully he'll get better attacking, but defensively I think we're sticking with what's. If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Well, yeah, but then again, if you can't pass a football, playing football, you've got a bit of issues, don't you? And Emerson can't, so yeah.
We could keep having this debate all day.
Yeah, we're literally having this debate on the train.
I don't understand why he gets so much grief. He is a solid defender. He's learning how to be a wing back. I think he gets too much grief. I think he's good.
I think he's a good defender, but a hopeless crosser. That hasn't improved. But I think he's a good last-ditch defender. But that's it. We need more than that, really. Someone to get the balls across, someone to make chances, and he doesn't do that.
It's a shame Doherty got injured when he did, because he was looking really good, and I'd rather just chuck Spence and give him a go. He's quick, young, and so I'd rather see Spence or Doherty play.
Emerson, I like him. I like his character and defensively, but he hasn't got it going forward, and we need to.
He needs to attack.
I've seen online there's been a lot of criticism towards Emerson. He hasn't played to his top quality either. Conte should look at and rotate the squad, pull him out, let someone else try and perform better than him. But he's been very poor.